Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 random run, where we take a random character, random weapon, and try to beat Danger 5 with it. Hope you're all doing well. Been a long time since I played Brotato because I've been hammering Slay the Spire 2. Hope you've been enjoying those videos, but of course I can't stay away for too long, so let's see if I remember how to play this game at all. I'm going to go ahead and random my character, and we've got the Apprentice, and then we'll roll a random weapon, and we're using the medical gun. That's kind of an interesting weapon for the Apprentice. I don't think I've ever played this run before, so let's jump in and see what we can do with it. The low max health is going to be a challenge for this weapon, because of course it relies on healing you, so the Apprentice's low max health will be a problem. But this weapon also suffers from low damage a lot of the time, and the Apprentice giving you free damage will help the medical gun actually achieve okay clear speed. I'm just going to take 5 harvesting to start with here, and then as the Apprentice, we lose 2 maximum health every time we level, which of course is counteracted by the 1 health that you normally gain when you level, so basically it's a total of -1 health every time you level up, and get 1 of each damage type. Medical gun does actually have 100% ranged damage scaling, so the free ranged damage does help this weapon achieve decent damage output. An Alak Coffee, this is a great item. Typically on the Apprentice, you don't need to buy flat ranged damage, so Mutation, I think I'll leave it in the pool, but it's not something that I'm interested in locking. Scar I will take. I almost just rolled past the medical gun because I'm so used to ignoring it. But of course we're going to take 2 more of them, and then we're going to lock another one. Scar, obviously, you might be tempted to think that it's too risky to buy on this character because you lose health, but gaining damage is way better than losing health. Is much more good than losing health is bad, so you want to level really quickly on the Apprentice. This character benefits from levels more than most characters do. Obviously, you need to offset that with maximum health, but you can either get those from your level ups or, of course, from other things. Butterfly, we really don't need. This weapon has inherent 40% lifesteal at level 1, and I believe it gets higher as you level it, so I'm just going to ban the Butterfly here. Then I'll take 5 more harvesting, and then we'll buy another medical gun, roll a couple times, buy another medical gun, and roll. Medical gun only costs 20, actually, so if I had rolled into one, we could have bought it right away, but I'm still going to re-roll until I can lock another one. Very important to get my full weapon set and level it up on this character. So we're going to have infinite healing. We basically don't need to invest in healing, because we have a ranged weapon with 40% lifesteal. We also have the medical tag for 5 regen. Not that that really matters, it's the lifesteal that matters on this weapon. But the big thing is just that we're going to be able to invest purely in offense and defense. So I actually think Medical Gun is a pretty solid weapon for the Apprentice. Not one of the best, but not bad at all. It has actually 2x crit damage, so I could buy crit chance here. I think I might do that, just because attack speed and crit chance are another way to scale our damage that we're increasing, and being able to actually clear the enemies is going to be a real challenge for this character, just given that Medical Gun is a fairly low damage weapon. Coffee, as a result, is one of the best items we could find here, so we're definitely taking that. Baby Elephant, I'm just going to ban this out. We're going to focus on increasing our weapon damage, because that's what Apprentice does, and we get a free reroll by doing it, so we're just going to remove it here. We can upgrade our medical gun. I have to remind myself what it does at level 2. So it's actually, the attack speed is a lot faster. The base damage is not significantly higher, but the attack speed gets significantly faster. So that's not a terrible upgrade to level 2. Alright, so of course, this is wave 4. There's a lamprey this wave. And with only 6 HP, I do need to be fairly careful of that. We could die to it if I let it hit me. We should be able to kill it relatively quickly before it gets to do its charge. That's why I kind of moved towards it and then backed off. But obviously we have to be careful with this low, with our HP this low. 1 shot from any of these enemies, we have no armor, could easily kill us. So we need to be extremely cautious about our positioning. We're down to 4 maximum health. I'm going to ban the snake here, And then I'm just going to take 6 max HP. Normally, I would love the harvesting, but 4 max HP is too low. We've leveled up just so much. And then I'm going to roll here, and we'll take another 6 max HP going up to 16. Now we're way safer. The Apprentice does get engineering scaling as well, so an item like Incendiary Turret is actually pretty good for us. So we'll take the Shady Potion, lock Incendiary Turret, because that can help us clear the waves, and then we'll lock another Medical Gun, and go straight to wave 5 here. The downside of the Apprentice, of course, is that normally for your levels, you'd either be getting key stats like attack speed, or good defensive stats like armor. But because we're using a weapon that doesn't require us to buy healing at all, if we spend all our level ups on armor and HP, then we'll pretty much mitigate all of the downsides of the Apprentice without really costing us anything, because all of the stats that we would normally have spent on regeneration, the Medical Gun is going to take care of, and we can spend those on defensive or offensive stats instead. Another coffee is great, and then here I'll take 2 armor. We'll take a Medical Gun and the Incendiary Turret we talked about already. Cute Monkey, even though we're getting ranged damage for free, I still don't want to reduce my ranged damage. And Penguin, we can probably just ban both of these. I do want to ban level 1 items, because there's a lot of HP at level 1 that we can get, and that's typically going to be pretty good for us. I'll take the head injury. Even though we're losing health, I think the rat is still worth taking, because clear speed is the thing that we are most going to be in need of. And even if this is doing a small amount of damage thanks to our low base health, I think the rat is still going to help us with our relatively weak weapon. Saltwater for 3% attack speed, I don't think that's worth it, but obviously a cursed bag, what a find. And then I'm going to roll here, and we'll take a leveled up Medical Gun, so a great shop for us. We can't buy everything this round, but as soon as we do get to, it's going to increase our character's power pretty significantly. So now I need some move speed. I need just more max HP and armor, of course. But other than that, we're looking in very good shape. Also, material pickup would be pretty nice for us right now. We are leaving a bunch of materials on the ground. And with a gun-type weapon and our Incendiary Turret, we're always going to be leaving materials on the ground, so getting some way to pick those up, whether that be Alien Tongue for increased radius or a baby gecko to pull in materials, would be very helpful. We'll take the... okay, well, I talked about wanting... armor and max HP, so I'm gonna take all of those. And then we'll buy Medical Gun, bag, and our rat, and then I'll roll here. Although the rat is, I think, okay, I'm definitely not taking Alien Eyes. Nail is kind of interesting, because normally, of course, you would never buy Nail on a character that loses, or that is using ranged damage. But because the Apprentice gets engineering for free, currently, if I take Nail, this is going to be damage positive, because it will cost us -2 ranged damage, but we'll gain 20% of our 14 engineering, or 15 by the time we actually buy it. So we'll get basically +1 damage. And then as we keep leveling up and gaining free engineering, the Nail will actually be pretty good. So I'm going to take that. It also will help scale our rat and any other pets that we might find. Black Belt I will buy as well. I do need to keep my luck relatively high, but knockback is actually pretty good, I think, on this weapon, which has no knockback by default. And the XP gain, of course, is good for the Apprentice. Letting our rat get a couple kills without us having to worry about what the enemies are doing. That's always nice. I need like a +9 move speed level up, and obviously we still need some more max HP, but we're still doing pretty well in terms of our defensive stats. Better than you would normally expect on the Apprentice at this point, because we found that +9 health level up. I think it's going to be easier for us to find one speed item as well, rather than roll into HP for sure. So I'll probably use this guaranteed level up to grab some max health, assuming that we can find it. Gentle Alien, a great find. I could also just take 3 armor. 3 armor is going to be good. 9 speed is going to be good. Let's just take the armor here. It's so frequently just always right to buy armor whenever you see it, so we're just going to take that. Cursed Silver Bullet, amazing. Obviously doesn't do anything until wave 18, but we're still going to buy it, of course. And we'll take the Nail and the Black Belt. And Catling Gun I'll lock. I will throw in 1 reroll here. And Gentle Alien and Lemonade, both pretty good finds as well. Armor works really well with the fact that this character gets tons of healing for free, because, of course, the smaller the instances of damage that you're taking, the more effective healing is. I wouldn't mind piercing shots of some kind. That's definitely slowing our clear speed, but because the Apprentice gets so much damage for free, we really have not been suffering in terms of clear speed, the way I was kind of worried that we would. This weapon is definitely not ideal for clearing waves, but we're doing fine at killing most enemies that show up, and of course we're still making very good money, and because the Apprentice gets so much free economy, we're scaling very well. I will take an Ugly Tooth. I think that'll help us against elites, though now I really need to find some move speed. Let's roll here. I guess I'll just keep taking armor. Armor's just always good. It scales linearly. So something that you may not know about armor is each point is worth exactly as much as the point before. The percentages decrease, but the amount that they make you more survivable, the increase to your effective HP, is always going to be 6.66%. Here I will take some percent damage because we currently have none. Take a Gentle Alien Catling Gun and Lemonade, and then I'll roll here. Upgrade my Medical Gun. Do I want more knockback? We've actually built 3 already, so I think I will incorporate knockback into my strategy here and buy the Boxing Glove. With 6 knockback, we can maybe start relying on it a little bit more as a component of keeping us safe. And since I will buy engineering items that we find, I'll buy most pets that we find because we're scaling all our damage for free. Knockback is going to work with all of those as well. I'd love a loot worm. We keep having to run off to kill these trees. Also, a loot alien to kill is a nice find here. Whoops, took a hit. I think that's literally the first damage I've taken this run also. And we'll kill that tree. Up to almost 500 materials. I actually will take the glasses. Normally, this is an item I'm not interested in at all. But this weapon, I think, can benefit from range a little more than most, just because we're struggling to kill things, and we don't want to take any damage when we're playing the Apprentice, so having higher range can help with that. Here I'll take 12% damage, and then I will roll, take 6 more max HP, I think, over 12% more damage. My percent damage is now high enough, and I do need to fix my maximum health. I'll definitely take a wheelbarrow here, and we'll buy the silver bullet. Feather. I don't mind losing XP gain. Am I likely to build dodge? Because, of course, the ranged damage is pretty good. I think I will buy the feather. And if I get enough dodge for free, then having the 3 extra dodge will be pretty good. Here I'm just going to ban all of those 2 items, and we'll buy the alien worm to increase my maximum health. My consumable heal is now pretty weak, but I do want to get anything that increases my max HP. Cog does give us engineering, which works with our nail and our incendiary turret. Now, the rate at which you buy damage buying engineering for nail is very poor, so usually nail is not a good reason to buy engineering on its own. And I think that's true in this case as well. We're actually just going to roll past all of these. Frozen Heart, on the other hand, I will buy. And Alien Baby, this is an item I actually like quite a bit on the Apprentice. Yes, 10% increased enemy health is dangerous. But max HP is basically the only thing that you need to make this character strong, and 15 with one item is great. So we're going to pick that up, and then I'll do one more reroll, and we're very happy to have done that reroll because we rolled into mouse. I do have a Horde wave coming up, so I'm going to need enough clear speed to make the Horde wave safe. Though the Frozen Heart will help with that, just by increasing the base damage of my weapons and my pet by quite a bit. And probably for the Horde wave, we'll be able to play just near our Incendiary Turret or our cat, and those will help keep us alive. My cat is currently here, but he's very asleep, so he's not going to be helpful at all. I am getting a little bit overwhelmed, but the Incendiary Turret is, in terms of just clear speed, the Incendiary Turret is helping a lot with that. I did want to kill that Curse Alien if possible, but I wasn't able to get to it before the end of the wave there. Here, I'm going to take 9 movement speed. Because I have Alien Baby locked, move speed is, I think, the thing that we need the most. Broken Mouth, also a really good find. So I'm going to take these items. I don't need to buy the Alien Baby for this encounter, for the Horde wave, because clear speed is what matters more than our health. If we're taking damage, you know, if our damage is not high enough to stop the Horde enemies from getting to me, 15 max health won't help in a Horde wave, whereas 10% enemy health makes it harder to stop them from getting to us. So we're going to wait to buy this until next wave. I'll definitely buy another bag, though. Blindfold I can pick up, and Wings is pretty good as well. Yes, it costs us 2 elemental damage with the Frozen Heart, but that is a fraction of a damage, so it just doesn't matter at all. The biggest thing that we could use at this point is piercing shots. I'm gonna come over here and try to play near the Incendiary Turret, because that can help us clear a lot of these enemies. Then I'm gonna move over to the side here. You can see that we are starting to get a little bit overwhelmed, so I'm just gonna try to loop around the enemies and pull the bulk of them away from us. If our Incendiary Turret had spawned more in the center, we'd be in much better shape. As is, this is going to be a rough wave. Fortunately, we're using Medical Gun, so we have basically infinite healing. And even if I'm taking hits, it's not the end of the world. But this wave, we're not going to make a lot of money, because my clear speed is pretty bad. I guess we still made 400, so it's actually not the worst. All right. 20 attack speed is going to help a ton with that. And Eye Patch, very happy with the Eye Patch as well. Now, with 18% crit chance, that will actually give us a pretty decent amount of piercing. We'll take the Alien Baby, and then I'm going to roll here. Don't really need any of these. Small Fish is maybe enough extra damage, and we're struggling to clear enemies, so I think I will take the Small Fish here. But now that we've just rolled into any form of piercing, even a fairly bad form of piercing like Eye Patch, all the problems that we had last wave are pretty much going to go away. And a 20% attack speed upgrade is massive. So we had one kind of spooky wave last wave, but obviously the healing on this character is super strong, so that carried us through it. And as long as I keep building defensive stats, and as long as I get a little more crit chance to make sure that our piercing is continuing to go, we should be in good shape from now on. I could take 3 ranged damage here, but we've got 18 already, so I think I'm going to roll past that. I'm going to roll again. I'll just take 8% damage, and then I'll take 10% attack speed. And then here, I will buy Alien Worm, Small Fish, and Wings. I'm going to ban Peaceful Bee, because even though we are building dodge. I don't really want to reduce my ranged damage, and we get a free reroll, which is nice. Power generator, we have 14 speed, so I'll take power generator. We'll buy beanie. I'll buy padding as well, and landmines is 34 damage, given that I have a bunch of engineering. This late, I think it's still not worth buying the landmines. Oh, nice, we got some more medical guns. That's good as well. I've like almost certainly passed at least one medical gun, because I'm so used to ignoring this weapon. So, you know, feel free to count how many I missed in the comments. I will say, obviously, I'm really enjoying coming back to Brotato as well, but it has been nice to see the really good reception that the Slay the Spire videos have gotten. I'm glad that you guys have been enjoying them. It's fun to play a game where I am, you know, I've played a bunch of the game, but I'm certainly not an expert at Slay the Spire, and still have people enjoy watching, just because it's kind of nice to be able to just casually play a game. Take the scar and the weird food, and of course we'll take the blindfold as well, and I'll do one more reroll here. Another eye patch, great, and at this point I will take the salt water just to get it out of the pool, and because 3% attack speed is still relevant, the move speed can be relevant as well. So this, of course, is another Horde wave, so I need to be somewhat careful, again, not to get too overwhelmed. We are going to leave a lot of materials on the ground this wave, almost certainly, because there's just... it's fairly difficult for me to get into the center of the map to pick up a bunch of them, though I was able to grab a few there. And I'll kind of skirt around the outside here. Well, I'm going to run through a group of enemies there, and we'll heal back up by moving along the top. Grab that tree, and then I should be able to cut through the center and still heal up and at least pick up, you know, most of them. I will take a turret here, and then I'll pick up more percentage damage, and then I'm going to buy everything in this shop. Oh, I guess not the salt water. Sure, we'll definitely take a black flag. I'm going to pass on the missile. I think attack speed is more important than percent damage for me right now, and it's very expensive. And then lowering my piercing damage, I think, is actually not good at this point. I have 30% crit chance, so we're actually benefiting from our two eye patches more than I would from Sharp Bullet. And I don't want to lower our damage on Pierce, so we're going to skip Sharp Bullet, even though we've been looking for piercing shots all game. But since we don't have a pumpkin or anything yet, I think that would actually decrease my damage output. Picking up a lot of materials here, which is great. We're able to overcome the number that we dropped last wave, or that we didn't pick up last wave. Get some more curse as well, because we're going to have Black Flag. Let me re-roll here, and then I actually have enough HP, so I'm going to take the move speed, which also, of course, gives us percentage damage. I can take Black Flag, Salt Water. I'll take the bowler hat even this late. I think it's pretty good. Increased luck matters a lot. And then, yeah, we'll take a medical gun. fruit basket. Sure, I will take that, and then I'll roll and lock another medical gun. Perfect. Oh, I guess a lot of my my health there was fake, because we have padding. I want to say that's a mistake I wouldn't make if I, you know, hadn't taken a week off of playing this game, but I definitely would have made that mistake before, so I can't lie to you all. But at this point, we now have enough crit chance and enough damage that the piercing shots from our eye patches are doing really well. And so I think it was definitely correct not to take Sharp Bullet for this run. Gonna increase my Curse as well, because of course we have Black Flag, and Curse is also just good. Made 600 materials this wave. Plant, I'm just gonna recycle. We don't really care about it at all. I guess it's like regen positive and it's only 13 materials, but I think just recycling it is going to make more sense. We'll take some % damage there. I think I need the attack speed more than the armor at this point. And then let's keep on combining and upgrading my weapons. We'll buy a fruit basket. We'll buy another scar. I don't really need the acid at this point. So I think I'm just going to take the medical gun. Also, Spyglass, it's a little too late for. Spyglass, I think, is basically good only if you buy it on wave 16. Or like 15 or 16. Because if you buy it too early, then it takes so long to pay off and represents such a huge percentage of your total materials earned up to that point that you're really decreasing your power level. And if you buy it too late, obviously it doesn't have enough time to pay off. So, like, wave 14, 15, 16, I think are kind of the sweet spots for Spyglass when rerolls are expensive enough that you'll actually eventually make up your... that you'll make back your materials in a reasonable amount of time. And it's not so early that you're spending, like, a third of the money that you've made up to the point in that game on it. Obviously, a third is an exaggeration, but you get the idea. Here, I will take 20 more attack speed, and then I could build dodge with the gambling token. I just don't think we're going to get to 20 dodge before the end of the game. I will take a jelly shield, though. I think that could help us a lot in the boss fights. Actually, no, that was bad. Jelly shield is a fairly weak item. We also don't really need defensive items on this character because of our healing, so I definitely should not have taken that jelly shield. I'll take the medical turret, though, and improved tools, and then I'll roll again, take a broken mouth here. Beanie and sunglasses, I'm going to take both of. We want to increase our crit chance for more piercing and also more crit chance. And then the beanie not only gives me move speed, which I want inherently, but also increases our % damage because of power generator. Don't know why I stood in that attack. The cursed silver bullet, of course, coming in handy here, giving us a 50% faster kill on that enemy, basically. Silver bullet is actual multiplicative damage, so it's not like it adds that much to your % damage stat. It actually multiplies your final damage number by that amount, so it's much more than it looks like. So that plus 50% is actually a real plus 50%, meaning a full 50% faster that you kill the enemy. Sure, I'll take a scapegoat. I don't think we need it, but it is just a fun item, and I haven't gotten to play with this item that much. And then I'm going to take, I think, still just 2 armor, and it's probably too late for Dangerous Bunny to be good, so I'll pass on that. We'll take a medical gun. Gonna roll here. I will take a bait for sure, and I guess I'll buy a tree. Not Again, you should definitely buy the knot here if you're just looking to maximize your chance of winning. But I really want the option to buy a cool legendary if we happen to see one in the last shop, so I'm not going to. But the rest of this shop is pretty good. Here, I'm actually not going to buy the mouse because we don't need the lifesteal at all, and we are starting to get 4 clear speed. So even though typically I think it's an advantage to have more enemies on the field during the boss fight, it's not enough of an advantage to spend 150 materials on. And the reason I think it's an advantage is it gives you more stuff to lifesteal off of, more likelihood of dropping consumables and so on. So for most characters, the more enemies you have during the boss wave, the better. For this character, though, we are running a little bit cold in terms of our clear speed. Our scapegoat's also getting rocked. I'm reviving it just for fun, mostly. We are running a little cold in terms of our clear speed, so having more enemies on the field is not just a strict upgrade for us, and it costs a lot of money, so I don't think we want the mouse for this run. Try to pick up as many materials as I can, so we're not losing too many. I'll take Triangle of Power, that'll help us kill the bosses a lot faster. We'll recycle Coral, roll here, take 15% more attack speed, and then we'll take another Silver Bullet and a small magazine, both great finds. I also don't think it's worth buying White Flag for basically the same reason. Minus 5% enemies is just not impactful enough to matter. I'm going to roll past all those. I don't really need the bandana. I guess I'll take Clockwork Wasp because it's just 5% damage. I wouldn't have minded the incendiary turret, and even though it's costing me health with my padding, I am going to re-roll. Oh, we could have bought the crown. Well, we're going to have to settle for not being the king of Brotato today, because, of course, without the crown, we can't be. Let's go to wave 20. Walking into literally every attack here. So I'm going to back off and heal. Some of the worst movement I've ever done. I didn't actually see if the jelly shield like saved my life there. It might have, because I was walking into every attack. So if so, good job, jelly shield. But anyways, we got there. Despite having hurled myself into the enemy attacks with reckless abandon. And there we go. That's Apprentice with Medical Gun. I actually think that this is a really fun and kind of powerful run. In the mid-game, we did struggle a little bit with clear speed, even though we have 30 ranged damage. Probably if we had found a sharp bullet or something, just any piercing shots earlier, and especially more reliable piercing shots than the eye patches, we'd have been in better shape at that point, and then would have made more money, so it would have been an even easier run. But at no point during this run did I really feel in danger. So honestly, if Apprentice is a character that's giving you trouble, this might be an angle to try. I think you should, of course, go slingshots first, because those are generally the easiest way to win with Apprentice. But Medical Gun is kind of fun, because you don't have to buy any healing at all. Looking at our items here, we did 35k damage with our incendiary turret, 475 with our bags. Actually kind of low given that we had a cursed bag and 2 of them, so we didn't get that many crate items this game. 50k damage from the rat, so like I said, even with low HP, the rat is just always going to overperform, I think. I really like this item. Obviously, we got Nail and Frozen Heart, which makes it better, but I think that the rat is just always good. Double Gentle Alien was great. We ended up level 28 thanks to our XP gain items. 62k damage with the cat, and anything else that we got were plus 21 damage on our power generator, which isn't bad. 35 healing from tentacles. 10k damage from our dorky level 1 turret that we got. And then 363 materials from Black Flag, which of course is great as well. Jelly Shield blocked 36 projectiles. I don't know how many of those actually mattered, but it's possible that it saved my life in the boss wave if it happened to intercept one that I would have walked into, because I was walking into everything. So, you know what? I'm going to say, good job, Jelly Shield. You probably did it. I do wish Scapegoat showed like how much damage it had taken. I think that would be a nice stat to have. And then there we go. We were able to... Oh, yeah. The Triangle of Power would have been good, except I took like 5 hits off the start. So it was still fine, but it obviously wasn't as good as it would have been if I hadn't just walked into every enemy attack. All right, my friends. Hope that you enjoyed this random run, and I hope you enjoyed the return to Brotato. Definitely, of course, I will be doing more of this, though I will be also probably mixing in more Slay the Spire runs and other games as they catch my interest and your attention. As always, of course, if you've enjoyed the video, then feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.